Hello again. So in this final video, I just want to talk a little bit about the course policies and some of my expectations. The grading system, this is nothing, this shouldn't be shocking. You should see this in all of your course syllabi. Guys, this is what the grading system will look like. There are 7 criteria for this class. Really technically 6 because SONA doesn't count towards your final grade. I use a weighted system. So what that means is that your 4 exams together are worth 30% of your grade. Your topic paper is worth 10% of your grade, so on and so forth. So that means you can't, just add up point values. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but Canvas does a really good job of keeping track of everything. And I'm pretty good about keeping Canvas updated. So at any point you should be able to log into Canvas, go into your grades and see that sort of total category, and that will give you your overall percent for the class. Okay, so here the syllabus gives you access to some of the campus resources. I'll let you read through those on your own, but of course, you can always come and talk to me if you have any questions. We do have tutoring available. It's called Tiger Tutoring. It's formerly known as the Center for Academic Enhancement. This is free, and by free, I mean you pay for it in your tuition, but you don't have to pay any extra for it. So you're already paying for these services. I hope you'll take advantage of them. Tiger Tutoring is a really, really great way to get a little bit of extra help if you're struggling. And not even just in this class, you can use this for all of your classes. So you can make an appointment through the link that I have posted here in the syllabus or by emailing them. If that's something that you are interested in, but you kind of don't know where to start, come talk to me. I'm more than happy to help you. Our academic integrity policy, I do expect that you are reading that. Similar to what you will cover in the academic honesty assignment. Let's talk a little bit about class attendance and lateness. So I will take attendance every class. There will be a sign-in sheet that I will pass around to the class. You have to sign in every single class to earn credit for attending. Make sure you get the sign-in sheet. Do not forget to sign in. If you forget to sign in, you are counted as absent. And I do that because the sign-in sheet constitutes sort of like a record keeping document. So if you didn't sign in, I have no way of proving that you were in class that day. So make a habit of getting the sign-in sheet. I'll pass it around in the beginning. It usually ends up towards the front of the room. So if you didn't catch it when you came in, you can catch it at the end of class. You may not sign in anyone other than yourself. I feel like that goes without saying, and yet I always kind of feel the need to say it anyway. I expect you to come to class. I expect you to come on time. This is because when you show up late, you miss things. I tend to make class announcements at the beginning of class. So if you come in late, you're missing things. It's also disruptive, right? So when somebody kind of barges in late, no matter how respectfully or quietly you try to come in, it's still disruptive. It's still distracting to me and to the rest of the class. Get here on time. If there is something, if you have extenuating circumstances that you know you'll always have to be a little late or have to be late periodically, please just talk to me. I'm more than happy to work with you and build a plan. But if I don't know something's going on, I can't help you. If you miss class, here's what you shouldn't do. Don't email me and say, did I miss anything? Yeah, you missed something. We spent a whole class working on something. Yeah, you missed something. My advice will be, you can always let me know if you're going to miss class, but I'm not going to reteach you the lesson, or I don't have notes that I can give you. That's something that I will encourage you to team up with a classmate and ask for their notes. Okay. Here's the thing. My lateness policy, my absence policy, I don't differentiate between excused and unexcused absences, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter why you're missing class. Even if it's for a legitimate reason, if you're missing class, you're missing class. And so at some point you'll have just missed too much content to be able to master the material. So if there are extenuating circumstances, then that's something that I hope that you will come and talk to me about so we can build a plan. Right. So my policy is that if you have missed 8 or more classes, you may automatically fail the course. It doesn't matter if you've taken all the exams, if you've done well on the work, if you have missed 8 or more classes, you may not pass the class. And that's a conversation that we'll have when and if it comes to that. So please come to class. Come to class on time. If there are things going on in your life, of course, I understand that that happens, but you have to come and talk to me about it because I'm not a mind reader. Technology policy. Look, I'm realistic enough to understand that everyone has their phone and everyone has their laptop. I'm not going to tell you you can't do that. Um, be respectful though. There's nothing worse than when I spend hours preparing a lesson and then I look up and all I see is everybody like this on their phones. And that's disrespectful to me. So I ask that you use common sense. Be respectful. Use common sense. If you're going to have your laptop to take notes, great, take notes, but stay on topic, stay on task. Don't be, shopping or on social media or watching YouTube videos or whatever it is. If accessibility is something that you need, we have a whole accessibility office. Their job is to help us level the playing field. So if you need accommodations for anything, check out the accessibility office. And if that's something, again, that you sort of struggle with or you don't know where to start, come talk to me. I can help you sort of take the first steps on those paths. I do have a pretty strict policy on late work, and that is that I don't accept it. I don't. The reason that I don't is because I'm a giant meanie. No, I don't like to think that I'm not. It's because that's not how the real world works. In the real world, if you don't turn in an assignment, if you don't meet a deadline, if you don't complete a task, your boss isn't going to say, "Oh, that's okay. I'll accept it late." Your boss is going to fire you and find somebody who can get the job done. I believe very strongly that part of my role as your professor is to teach you some psychology, sure, great, but also to help prepare you for the real world. If I let you leave my classroom thinking that it's okay to turn things in late, I have done you a disservice in the long run, and that's something that I won't do. So I do tend to be pretty strict. This means that timestamps matter. If an assignment is due at 11:59 p.m., I want it by 11:59 p.m. If you turn it in at 12:01, it is late. This means that you should start early. Do not wait until the last minute in case you have some sort of technology issue or internet issue or whatever. I understand that you're human. I understand that you're taking a lot of other classes, that you're probably working, that maybe you're a parent, or maybe you're caring for a parent, or maybe you're caring for a sibling. I do understand all of that, and I really do try very hard to be flexible and work with you. What I ask from you is that you come and talk to me if there's an issue. Come talk to me ahead of time. If you anticipate something going on, if you know there's a struggle in your life, if I know there's something going on for you, I will bend over backwards and work with you to come up with a plan for you to be successful. But if you just struggle in silence and don't say anything, I can't know that there's something going on. So come talk to me. I'm happy to work with you, but I have to know there's something going on. Most of the rest of this is fairly self-explanatory. Be respectful, be professional. Um, Everybody comes from a different perspective, a different point of view. That's part of what makes this class and this life so interesting. Disagree with each other, disagree with me. I love that. I love when students argue with me and push back and say, well, you said this thing, but I don't know that I see it that way. I see it this way. What do you think? Yes, let's do that. What we do need to also do though is just be respectful, be appropriate, not degrade people, not cut people off, let everyone share equally. I don't usually have a problem with this, and especially in this class, but be professional, use common sense, be respectful, all of the above. Okay. And then very quickly, let's just take a look at the course schedule just to kind of orient you to what we're doing and where we're going. So this week, even though our plans got a little bit derailed, we're doing an introduction to the course. On Thursday, we will cover our first topic area. And so this is sort of the history and overview of the field of psychology. You will have, I ask you to read chapter 1. Post 1 is going to be due. So those module posts that we talked about in the last video. I'm asking that you read the etiquette and guidelines document that I posted on campus that I also showed you in the last video, and you're doing your welcome post. Next week, we'll get into psychological research. I'm asking that by next week, you have signed up for a paper topic. I forgot to mention this in the last video, but the deadline to sign up for a paper topic is next Sunday, January 28th. If you haven't signed up by then, I will go in and sign you up for whatever is left. So it's in your best interest to sign up for something so that you get what the content that you want. Then your academic honesty assignment will also be due next week. We'll cover PSYC. That will be where you will meet our first guest speaker, Dr. Fleischer Grinberg. She's fabulous. You'll love her. She's going to join us via WebEx to do some activities. And then we'll do our first exam. So typically we'll have 3 topic areas and then an exam. And so we'll talk a little bit more about the rest of the syllabus as the semester goes through, but it shouldn't be anything too surprising. 3 content areas and an exam. Make sure that you are following the syllabus. Make sure you are doing the readings, even if it's not a textbook chapter. If it's This Child Called X is a PDF. This chapter from NOBA on gender is outside of the textbook. I'm asking you to watch this documentary. Make sure you're doing all of those things because we will talk about them in class and they will be on the exam. So I think that is about it in terms of class policies. But if you have any questions, of course, feel free to email me, and we can talk more in class on Thursday. So, I will send you the links to all of these videos. I'm asking that you, again, you're going to watch these videos. You are going to read the etiquette and guidelines chapter 1, you'll do post 1 and the welcome post. And I also have a short activity that I'm going to have you do. Normally I do it in class on Thursday, but since we didn't get to do introductions in class today, we're going to flip-flop things a little bit. So I will send you an announcement that will detail all of the expectations for what you're doing this week. Welcome to Psych 110. I'm looking forward to a great semester, and I hope to actually get to see all of your faces on Thursday. Enjoy your snowy morning, be safe, and I will see you soon.